Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another thin paint low pressure airbrush test. We're looking at the iwata HPC Plus on a 0.3mm. Now I've owned this brush for quite some time but not really used it. It's been on the shelf. I was just looking through the iwatas and I thought I'm going to give this one a go because I've got the HP SB Plus, I think it's the HP SB Plus, which is the side feed, and I've done a thin paint low pressure on that, and that's the 0.2. Wanting to try the 0.3. Now that's the brush. It's a really nice comfortable brush, a good workhorse by iwata, I think, on that sort of needle and nozzle setup. You can use thicker paints through it, a little bit thicker. Nice big cup on it, gets the job done. So we're going to move in a little bit closer. We will run it at 20 psi and then we'll drop it down. I've got some Payne's Grey. I think I've got some Payne's Grey. There's some left in there. That's the ISO and water mix FW inks. We'll do some small dots, big lines, little lines, a little bit of shading, a little bit of writing, see how small we can get it, and just see what it runs like with thin paint low pressure. So let's move in and crack on. There you go guys, so that's the brush. So if you've not seen one of these, nice solid brush by iwata. You've got your cutaway handle to the back. You've got your adjuster for your dialing in your trigger for your paint, but I always leave these fully out, never use them because I like to get full movement to the trigger. Crown cap to the front, will be taking that off for this demo. A little bit of needle exposure on the front. Big paint cup. This one I do find, this lid, if I push it on tight, I will break my thumbnail trying to get it off. So I just sort of leave it half on because it's a real tight fit on this brush. You may find that with yours as well if you've got one. The cup's just really, the cap's really tight to get on and off. So we've got 20 psi on the main line. I've got the FW Payne's Grey mixed, pre-mixed. Just going to pull that through. So 20 psi. We will do some, just get a feel. So that's what you can expect. We're not gone down yet, but that's what you can expect. Atomization's always good. Really nice, soft, clean, as you'd expect. This is it's a £200 brush at the end of the day. I think these are coming in now. They were around 224, they've dropped down. I've just seen one on Google for about 185. So you can get the mixed bag of prices on these. So it's still 20 psi. Now, you see the dots? Really responsive trigger on this. This is just spidering slightly because it's 20 psi, but right down. Again on the lines, super down. Super fine lines, guys, for a 0.3, and it just feels like I'm just not even pulling back on the trigger. You can see how they're tiny. So really responsive. And what we'll do now is we're going to bring that pressure down a bit. Yeah, it's just, look at that. Straight the way down. That's a bit lower pressure. What we'll do is we'll bring it down a bit more. Yeah, it just works lovely low pressure. We can go a little bit thinner on that paint. Now we're coming down. Let's get them dagger strokes down to 2mm. Come on, Iwata, you can do this. Yeah, we've got them. Drop that down a bit. Yeah, it's hitting them. Little dagger strokes. I've not got my glasses, so I'm just seeing a blur. But it's hitting them. Straight down on the dots. So a very responsive brush, guys. Really is. Super fine on the lines. I'll do some wider. I mean, this is low pressure. Thinned out paint, low pressure. Spraying. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Can't fault it. I really can't. Straight down on dagger strokes. Tiny little ones. Got a little bit of tip dry going on. What, 4 or 5mm lettering? Probably get that down a little bit more. $3mm lettering. Pretty clean. So it does it very nicely. So a very nice brush by Iwata, guys. If you see these, I've seen these on Facebook Marketplace around 110 boxed. For that price you're getting a solid brush. A good workhorse. Great for detail. Plenty of room in the cup if you want to put plenty of paint in. Work nice at low and higher pressures with a little bit thicker paint as well. You'll find that. Yeah, atomises very well. Comfortable trigger on these. You've got that slight slope. Comfortable going down. Grippy top. And this brush was second hand, but the person that had it before probably used it about 3 times. So everything's tight on it like it's brand new. So this brush is basically brand new. It's had no use. You can tell that when you just use it. I mean, I've pulled the tension out on this to soften it because everything's just so tight on it. It just gets seriously down. Nice and clean, consistent. This is what you're going to get when you start going up the price brackets on brushes. This is where the quality starts to kick in. It really does. And you can just instantly tell a quality brush when it's in your hand. They just perform really well. So as I say, I hardly used it. I think I've used it on probably 1 project on the channel. Or probably 2. If I go back through the videos, it's probably about 2 videos I've done with this. But really nice for getting the paint on and off with the trigger. You can really do some nice palm trees. Yeah, I think I'm going to start painting backgrounds with palm trees. A bit of the sun in the background, a couple of mountains in the background. Yeah. But yeah, very nice. If you are thinking of one, you won't go wrong. If it's one you've got your heart set on, there you go. Does what it says on the tin. It does what it says on the iwata box, on the back of the box, where it puts it on the scale of what it can do. I'll pop it up in the screen now. So that's the back of the box, or the side of the box, and it shows you where it puts that brush in the spray pattern that it can achieve, and it can. Proof's in the pudding, it's right there. It can get seriously down on detail. It can atomise and put your wider passes down. Job done. So there you go. Iwata HPC Plus. Digging the thin paint low pressure, it does it off the bat straight away, no dramas. And I knew it would. I just knew it was going to achieve it. And that's a 03, getting seriously down on detail. So if you are wondering how it does perform low pressure thin paint, it works really nice. It likes it. Cleans up really well, nice and quick. So a nice solid brush by Iwata, guys. So if you have got your heart set on one of these and you're a big Iwata fan and it's one of the brushes that you are after, I can't knock it because there's one on the shelf. A nice brush, and it will get brought out a little bit more on the channel to do a bit of work with, because it was nice to have a little doodle with that now, just to see what it can do. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and it's put your minds to rest on the Iwata HPC Plus on the 03. Just a quick little demo on sort of what it can do. And it does, like I say, it does what it says on the box, where they put it on that spray test on the back, where it shows you medium, fine and wide. It sits in that spot and it does what it's supposed to. So thanks for watching. Drop your comments, tell me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, it all helps the channel, guys, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Cheers.